Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I've been asked by quite a lot of people, how did I make the loopy baby hat that I had showed the loopy stitch in a previous tutorial. Now I'm going to show you how I made my little loopy hat. This is eyelet lace and I'll show you how to put that in as well. I'll show you some in a few minutes. So this is what eyelet lace looks like. It's got little holes all the way down the centre. Some of them will have the holes running along here and it'll work just the same. But I'll show you how to put that into the trimming of your hat at the end. Now this is the back of the hat. It's flat and I've got a little crocheted edge around it. It's really simple and really basic, but it makes a very pretty little hat. What we're going to do is we're going to chain 4. So put your yarn over your hook and pull it through your stitch. That's 1. Yarn over your hook and pull it through. That's 2 stitches. We're doing a little chain. Yarn over, pull through, that's 3. Yarn over, pull through, that's 4. We're going to make a little circle. So now you're going to put the end of your hook into your first stitch. Just push it through your first stitch. Put your yarn over and then just pull it through both of those stitches like that. So we now have our little chain. You can see the hole in the middle. Now we are going to work into that hole in the middle. We're going to put 12 treble crochets. In the UK it's called a treble crochet, and in the USA and other countries it's called a double crochet. Now to do that, we're going to make the first one. We're going to do a chain of 3. That will become your first treble stitch. So chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. So that becomes your first treble. Now into that centre space there, you're going to do 11 more. Do 11 more treble crochet, or if you're in the USA, a double crochet. Do 11 more into that middle space. So yarn over, hook through the centre and pull through. You've got 3 stitches. Yarn over, come through 2 of the stitches and yarn over and come through those 2. So that's us got 2, 1, 2. Yarn over again through the same hole in the middle. Pull your yarn through, we've got 3 stitches. Yarn over, pull through 2 of the stitches and we're still left with 2. Yarn over and pull through. We've now got 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do that until I've got 12 all the way around. Now this is my last treble crochet. Now I want you to count them and make sure you've got 12. Count that as your first one. So that's your chain of 3. Make sure you count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now what you're going to do is put your hook through the 3rd stitch in the first chain that you did on this first one here. 1, 2, 3. Push your hook through the 3rd stitch of that very first chain. Put your yarn over and pull it through both stitches. So we've done a slip stitch and we've joined it into a little wheel, just like a little wheel. So we have 12 stitches in our little circle. Now we're going to double that up to 24. We're going to do 2 treble crochets into each stitch, and that should give us 24. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That becomes your first treble, that one. Now, can you see that little hole that's there? We're going to put another treble into that same space where that chain came from. Over and over. So we now have 2. We're going to go on to the next stitch. We're going to put 2 treble crochets into each stitch around our little wheel. That's 1 and another one in that stitch. So we've got 4 stitches now. Now we go into the next single stitch and we're going to put 2 treble crochets. We're going to slip stitch and join that round into the 3rd stitch in your chain. So just push your hook through the 3rd stitch, the top stitch of that chain that you did. Pull your yarn through and slip stitch right through that one. And that's round 2 done. Now for round 3. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. So this chain of 3 counts as your first stitch. And there's that little hole again. Do you see it there? That little hole. Put a treble crochet in to that little space. So you have 2. The next stitch we're only going to put 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. The next stitch we're going to put 2 treble crochet. We're going to increase our round by 12 stitches by doing 1 treble crochet, then 2 treble crochet, 1 treble crochet, 2 treble crochet. So we've got 2 into that stitch, 1 into the next stitch, 2 into the next stitch. So we'll put 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. The next stitch we'll put 2 treble crochet into the same stitch. And then we'll put 1 treble crochet into the next stitch, into the 3rd stitch on this first chain that we did. Just pull that through and pull it through again. So that's round 3 done, and we've now got 36 stitches. Now we're going to do round 4. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do a treble right in that little space right next to that chain. So we're doing 2 trebles into the first stitch. Now the next stitch we're going to do 1 treble into the next stitch. We're going to 1 treble into the next stitch again. And then we'll put 2 trebles into the next stitch. And 2 into that same stitch. So this 4th round, it's 2 trebles into the same stitch, 1 treble in one stitch, 1 treble in the next stitch, then 2 trebles into the next stitch, then 1 treble into the next stitch, 1 treble, then 2 into the next stitch. We're going to be increasing every third stitch. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that first chain to complete this round. And that's round 4 done. And you should have 48 stitches in your circle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do one more row, and that should make the back of my hat big enough to do 0 to 6 months. So what we'll do now is we will chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Again, right the little hole right beside that chain, that little hole you can see there, we're going to put another treble in. Just like we did on all the previous rows. Your next stitch, put 1 treble into that stitch, 1 treble into the next stitch, and 1 treble into the next one. So we're going to do 3 this time. So we've done our 2 trebles into the first stitch. Now we will do 3 single trebles into the next 3 stitches. So we're going to put 1 treble into this stitch, 1 treble into the next stitch, and 1 single treble into the next stitch. So we've done 2 into 1 stitch, then 1, 1 and 1. We're doing 3 singles in between each of our increase stitch. The next stitch, we'll put 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. So we've done 2 treble crochets, 1 treble crochet, 1 treble crochet, 1 treble crochet, then 2 treble crochets. So now we'll put another single treble into the next 3 stitches. So a single treble into this one, a single treble into the next one, and a single treble into the next one. So we've got 3 single trebles in the next 3 stitches. Now we're going to put 2 treble stitches into the same stitch. This is our increase. And then we will put a single crochet into each of the next 3 into that last stitch, and we're going to slip stitch to join this round together into the top of that first chain and then through there into that stitch. Now that is our flat little circle done for the back of our baby hat. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very, very easy. Now you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss a stitch and do a single crochet into the next stitch. Now in the UK that's called a double crochet. In America and other countries it's called a single crochet. So chain 4, 2, 3 and 4, miss a stitch and do your single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 4, 3 and 4, miss a stitch and do a single or a double into that next stitch. all the way around, and it makes that little peak. So I've done my last chain of 4, and I'm just going to slip stitch it into the last stitch. Just slip stitch through into there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the work. Remember, and make sure that the inside is facing you. This is the inside of my hat. We're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Now where we're going to be working is the treble crochets here, all the way around the hat. Now there's your little loop, and we're going to be working with these long stitches here on that last row of trebles. It's called a back post stitch. Now I've done a chain of 2. I am going to pull my hook over, and the first long part, I'm going to put the hook behind it like this. I'm going to catch my yarn, and I'm going to pull it through. Yarn over and make your stitch. Now we'll do the next one. Go behind the post that's on that very last round of trebles that we did. Not that little part there, this first long part. Go behind the stitch, put your yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and finish your stitch. Go to the next one. We're going to work all the way around the hat. So you're going to go behind and push it through. So just thread your hook through that long stitch. Bring your yarn to the front and pull it through, and then through those 2 stitches to make your stitch. So we get this nice little edge, this little ledge, and we'll start to work the hat this way. Now I'll finish that off and I'll come back and show you what to do next. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch this to the beginning of that row. Do you remember that 2 chain that we did? I'm just going to slip stitch into there. For the rest of the time for the hat, we're going to be using a double crochet. So in the UK it's a double crochet, and in America and other countries it's a single crochet. So I'm going to chain 2, and we've turned the hat. So the outside is facing you and the inside of the hat is facing that way. We're going to work around that little rim that we had, and what we're going to do is we're just going to do a single crochet all the way around your hat. Do 1 single crochet row all the way around. So now I'm back at the beginning. I am not going to slip stitch it together. I'm leaving it open. We're going to leave the hat open from now on. So we're going to leave it open like this, and we're just going to go working back, around that way and back, and around that way and back. So this is going to be the opening for the baby's neck. So it'll go around the baby's neck. What we're going to do now is chain 1 and turn. Now you've got the inside of the hat facing you again, and we're going to start doing our loopy stitch. Now I've already done a tutorial on how to do the loopy stitch, but I'm going to show you how to do it again. I'm going to show you how to do this loop stitch. So I've chained 1, and I'm going to just single crochet or put a double crochet into the first stitch. I'll always put a single crochet or a double crochet, whichever you call it in your country, in the first stitch and the last stitch of the loopy rows. So through your stitch first, yarn down the front of your finger, push the yarn down and round the back and pull it through. Drop your loop and come through those 3 stitches. Put your yarn through your next stitch, push your wool around to the back and pull it through to the front. Drop your hoop and through your stitches. Now when you do this and you push the yarn around to the back and pull it forward with you, you make what looks like a little double stitch there. So let the loop go off your fingers and pull your stitch through. So through your next stitch, yarn over the front of your fingers. Don't make it too big. Try not to make your loop too big, and pull through and finish your stitch. Through your next stitch, yarn over, push it back and pull it through. As you twist it through, this is what creates a little knot to hold your little loops in place like this. So you've got your little loops forming along there like that. So yarn through your, so you hook through your next stitch, hold your yarn up and pull it around with you to the front and finish your stitch. All the way along to the end, all the way around your hat to the other side. A row of just single crochet. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And just like the other tutorial I showed you on how to actually do this loopy stitch just on its own, we're going to do a whole round of just single crochet. So make sure you go into that first little hole there. That'll keep your edge straight. I'm going to wrap that around my finger. I wrap it around my finger and it helps with the tension. So in the UK, this is a double crochet, and in the USA, this is a single crochet. Now we're going to do one round. Remember, it's not joined, so we're going to go around to here, work our way. So we're going to work our way right around to this end here with your double crochet stitch. So I've come to the end of my double crochet row. I'm going to chain one and turn, and that's the pattern. The pattern is 2 rows. You do 1 row of your loopy stitch and 1 row of your single crochet or double crochet. Now we're going to do a loopy stitch row again. So I'm going to just put a double crochet in the first stitch. It just keeps it nice and straight along the edge. Put my hook through my next stitch. Make sure the yarn's going over the front of my finger. I'm going to just sweep that yarn around the back and pull it through with my stitch, and then bring it through those stitches there. So through your next stitch, yarn over your finger, sweep that piece of your yarn there, just sweep it to the back and catch around the front and pull through as if you were doing a normal stitch. Like I said already, it'll make like a little double stitch there, and then yarn over and through those stitches, and that's making your little loops like that. You continue doing those 2 rows, a row of loops, a row of single crochet or double crochet, whichever country you are in, until the hat is as wide as you need it. So this is one that I've been working on already, and I've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've done 14 rows. That's 7 rows of loops and 7 rows of the double crochet. Now what I'm going to, once you've got your hat to the width that you want it, I'm going to show you how to put on the eyelet lace. This hat here, I've got quite a few of these now. This hat here, what I done is, once I done the loopy rows that I wanted, I stopped doing the loop and I added in this eyelet lace, and that's that here. This is the way it comes. I bought it in 5 metre lengths, and it was less than £5, which is really, really good. It's good value, and it's beautiful, beautiful lace. And I'm going to show you how to put the lace on the edge of your bonnet. Few yards of the eyelet lace. Make sure you have enough that'll go right around your baby bonnet twice. I just keep it on the big length, but make sure you've got at least double the amount that you need to go around. And when we work on it, we will be working from the back. We will be putting our hook through the eyelet lace from the back to the front, and then through like that. That's the way we'll be working. It's a little bit fiddly, but once you get used to it, you will breeze through this. Now, I'm working on the side that I've got my loops, so that the lace so the lace will be on the outside of the hat. So I've done my first stitch with my double crochet. In the UK, this stitch is a double crochet, and in America, it's a single crochet, but it's the same stitch. So with your stitch on the hook, put your hook through the eyelet lace. I'll try and make sure that I've got a decent background on it. Put it through from the back and weave it through the next section. Weave it through the next hole in your lace. Now this is the fiddly bit. What you're going to do now is you're going to go through your next stitch of your bonnet. You're going to catch the yarn and pull it through the yarn and through the two holes of the lace. Yarn over and finish your stitch. Now what you're going to do is put your hook through the next hole of your lace and through to the back of the lace. Then go through your next stitch of your bonnet, catch your yarn and pull it through the bonnet and through the lace. Once you've got it attached, it will be a lot easier. Finish your stitch. So through the lace from the back, weave it onto your hook, through your next stitch of your bonnet, and you're going to pull the yarn through the stitch of the bonnet and through the lace holes. Finish it off through the next hole and weave it to the next, through the stitch in your bonnet, through the next stitch, yarn through and finish. Weave it through the lace, through the stitch of the bonnet, pull the yarn through and finish the stitch. And what that does, you can straighten it out once you've finished it. Don't worry if it gets a little tucked under. You can pull it out, and that attaches the ribbon or the lace to your bonnet. That's how you crochet eyelet lace. Well, this is how I crochet eyelet lace into the baby bonnets. Just pull your stitch through, finish your crochet stitch, through the lace to the back of it, through the next stitch in your bonnet. I'll take that out. Just make sure that you go through your lace first. Keep your yarn to the back so it doesn't get tangled. Through your stitch and then pull it through, yarn over and through those two stitches. So when you've got your ribbon, your eyelet lace, or your eyelet ribbon crocheted in to the end, what I do is, I can't figure out how to do my next row and keep my ribbon going along this way now. The easiest thing I found to do is just to trim it off and leave an eyelet. I'm going to zoom in a bit. So when you do your last stitch, just fold that over like that. Put your hook through the last one, through your stitch, yarn over, pull your yarn through, finish your stitch, and then do your very last double crochet or single crochet, whatever country you're in. Now I'm going to chain one and turn. Now what I did for the other bonnet, I just did a full round of single or your double crochet, whatever country you're in. I did a whole row of double crochet all the way around to the other side of the bonnet, and then I just repeated the process of putting in another line of the eyelet lace through that last one, chain one and turn. Now I'm just going to crochet the first stitch just to keep my edge nice, because if you want to add a ribbon, it gives you a little edge to add a ribbon in to tie the bonnet on. Now I'm going to pick up my lace again. I'm just going to tuck that end in, just tuck it over so you've got that hole goes over that hole. So your hook goes through from the back through to the front. It'll be a little bit fiddly again. Put your hook through your stitch, through your next stitch, catch your yarn and pull it right through your eyelet lace and finish your stitch. So through the lace, through one hole, feed it through the next, through your stitch, pull it through and finish off your stitch. Through the lace, through your stitch. You can hold it here, you can nip it here to hold it. That helps. I'll zoom in a little bit more. So through the back of your lace, through your next stitch, pull your yarn through and finish your stitch. And that is going to add in your next row of your eyelet lace, just to ruffle it in like that. So now I've got my second row on, what I'm going to do is just to neaten the edge up along the back of the neck of the hat, I'm going to chain one and I'm going to do a single crochet or double crochet in the UK all the way around, just to neaten this little edge off. Put my last one in. Snip my yarn off. Feed it through my loop and tighten it off. Now I'll get a darning needle and I'll just stitch that in so you don't see it. And I'll do the same with this one that's on the back and the inside. And that is your little loopy hat. I'm going to get my ribbon, and because we've got a nice space here, I'm going to feed my ribbon through so that I can tie, or you can tie the hat around the baby's head. And that is our little loopy baby bonnet. You can, if you want, put ribbon around here as well. It's up to you. Now here is the pretty little baby bonnet. Isn't that pretty? It's really, really simple to do with a little loopy stitch with just 2 rows of the eyelet lace on the last 4 rows of the bonnet. So I hope this helps you to do the loopy stitch, make a baby bonnet, and even how to crochet in eyelet lace around the rim. All it leaves me to say is, as usual, please click the subscribe button. Also click on the bell icon and you will be notified when I put up a new tutorial. I really, really appreciate the support to my channel that all the subscribers are giving. Happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.